Hi, I'm Sunil Gaitonde. I'm the CEO of KPoint Technologies. KPoint Technologies builds, it's a video platform that makes videos searchable. So many companies have a lot of knowledge that they want to capture. Videos has become the preferred way of doing that. We make it very easy to make sure you can create it quickly or you can import it. You can search through it, and you can make sure that only the right people have access to it. So there are two pieces of advice that I have kind of kept close to my heart. The first one is everything takes longer and costs more. So let me just elaborate on that. And the second is you need to validate your gut feel. It's not enough to have gut feel. Okay, let's talk about the first one. The way I've figured out is typically entrepreneurs, and especially with people with engineering background like me, are highly optimistic about what they can get done in how much time. And they're also optimistic about how much they need to spend to do it. So the way I have made sure, and every time this is my fourth company now, and every time I've started a company, it has always taken longer, which has helped me develop patience. So I have patience when I'm raising money, I have patience when I'm dealing with customers, I have patience when I deal with my employees. And that is how that piece of advice I've taken. The other piece is it always costs more. So whenever I budget anything, whatever pops in my head, I will multiply it by some number based on what it is about. But the most relevant way I've used that piece of advice is whenever I've raised money, I've always raised more than I need. And if I have somebody else coming in, let's say I'm raising $10 million, if I have another investor coming in with another two, I will take it at that point, even if I need to give up some more of my company at that point. Because it's pretty likely that I'm going to use that extra $2 million somebody's offering me. The second piece of advice is validation. So again, as an engineer, I'm typically very enamored very quickly by any new idea. And I want to make sure that it is not a problem for which I have a solution for just one person. I need to figure out that the problem actually exists, that the market exists, and my solution is something people would want to pay for. So I have tried to be fairly religious about getting the right input from my target customers and the target buyers to make sure that my solution is something that is solving a real problem, which is a business. So it's not just an interesting solution, but it's a real business. My entrepreneurship really started in the Bay Area. So we have had an egalitarian culture throughout in all of my four companies. So for example, I have a large company in India, about 1,200 people, another one with 50. And all these places, everybody has the same size office space, which is very unusual in the Indian context in particular, not so unusual in the US. But everybody sits in the exact same size space with everybody else. There are no offices. So my company culture has always been about roles. Everybody is equal, but everybody has a different role. So my role is as a CEO, but it doesn't make me any better than anybody else that has just joined the company. So the culture we have developed is an open culture. So the way I want to leverage that is people should be able to express their opinion without any fear of retribution or being sidelined and so on. Now their opinion, I can consider a lot of them, and I'll have to eventually make a decision that is appropriate for my role, and they all make their decisions appropriate for their roles. But free sharing of ideas is what we want to be our company culture, and in all of my companies that has been possible.